Hello and Namaste. Welcome to this last official lecture session in this course. We will have one more week to go, but that won't be about any process or any shortcut or any particular Blender attribute that we are going to talk. Even this lecture is more or less a recap of what we have done and what we are now supposed to do in the next 2 weeks. As you all are aware that the objective of this course was to introduce you to this tool called Blender, but also have some additional inputs in terms of some basic animation principles, lighting, texturing, material. So this was crafted in such a way that you had 7 weeks of content wrapped around these topics. We have come to the 7th week now, and now on we will have a mini project. We have covered various things so far. We have started with just what is 3D visualization, kind of a icebreaker week what we had. We also had installation processes for various operating systems because people have been using various operating systems. We talked about the system requirements which are required for installing Blender, and we saw how to set up preferences for various attributes like the numpad or the mouse or even for the visual UI properties. We had a week where we discussed about the basic UI of Blender. We spoke about how to move the windows, panels, resizing, setting up small preferences here and there. But then we also talked about some important aspects like the camera setup, the rendering setups, and then we actually started touching the models. We realized how we can select the models, and then we went ahead how to edit those models by selecting various components of model, which are the vertices, faces and the edges. We saw how to transform those models, and transformation now means, according to Blender, and you all should be knowing this, is about moving, rotating or scaling. So these basic transformations, we saw how to do them, what are the shortcuts for all these things, and we then introduced how to animate the object. That was a deliberate decision, by the way, to introduce animation slightly earlier than normal process, because we just wanted to give you the flavor of how to animate in Blender. And we are really happy to note here that lot of participants have shown interest in that particular week where animation was started. We saw how to add keyframes and render those videos, and we just took some basic examples like ball animation and all. We went ahead and then tried to complete the entire process by covering the material, texture and lighting part. After that we studied little bit of advanced modeling, and we can't really call that advanced, but yes, if you know that, you can do lot of advanced modeling, by the way, which is the loop cuts and the extrude. We saw a couple of demonstrations of how to use those tools and add to the model to get to the desired shape, which is slightly complex than the basic object what we have there. And finally, last week we saw the animation principles which will add life to all these things. So this was kind of a wrap up tour of what we have done so far. And why I am telling you all this thing? Simply because this is all you have to keep in mind while doing your mini project. The mini project, we don't have a brief to tell you or a set norm to say that you have to create a bottle or you have to create a ship or whatever. You are actually free to think wild about what you want to do, but we will put couple of constraints just that everybody can be on the same level. Keep it a video file between the duration of maybe minimum of 5 seconds and maximum of 15 seconds, maybe maximum, because then we can upload it easily and see each other's submissions. That would be easy. We also request you to have a story kind of thing for that. It can have any object for that matter. it can be a ship, it can be a car, it can be a ball, it can be a bottle, it can be the crown, whatever you want to, it can be multiple objects also. But all you have to do is try to get most of these processes and topics which we have discussed so far to be incorporated in the final video of whatever you are making. Also try to tell us what you have applied where, so that we just know that what you have gathered from the course. I have also seen examples of people doing much more than what is taught in the course, and I am really happy and proud for that, because that only shows how people are really enthusiastic about this software which is open source, and also keen on getting the new software into their nerves faster. So I believe that you guys are already enough motivated to do this, so we need not explain more. We will probably come back on the last week where we will try to sum up couple of submissions, and if required, now I am putting a if here, we may put up a small demonstration of how it can be done, the mini project could be done. But we are not very sure whether we need to do it, because I see a lot of enthusiasm around and we do not want to bias you by creating something. But we will just tell you maybe a small little thing which we have not shown you so far, which can change the look of your models drastically. So we will wait till you guys start submitting about it, and then we will come back to you next week to talk about the mini project in detail. So thank you very much and keep experimenting.